Hello, I welcome you all in this presentation related to the subject principles of industrial engineering. We have talked about that there are various types of the products, and since the different types of the products made of the different materials, designs, and very different number of quantities these are produced. So, each one will requires the different manufacturing strategy, and accordingly organizations need to develop the organizational structure and deploy the manpower with the different roles and responsibilities. In addition to that, we have also seen that the product goes through the different stages during its life, from the entry stage to the growth stage, then maturity and decline. So, this product life cycle affects a number of things. The one thing that affects directly, about which we have talked, is the product manufacturing strategy. In addition to that, it also affects the marketing strategy, the kind of the marketing to be done, which means the way by which pricing of the products will be done. And the third one, it also affects suggests the ways and stage for renewing the life of product in the market. So, if you see the product life cycle, and here we have sales. So, when the product is introduced and it is new, being manufactured very few in numbers, and the variety is the more, at this stage it is required that the product is recognized among the public or the customers. So, it is important that product reaches to the customers and for that for the penetration of the product in the market, its pricing is done suitably, so that initially the customers take it on the trial basis, and if they find the product is good, then subsequently they would like to reuse. So, as far as the marketing strategy is concerned, the pricing, advertising, all those things are done in such a way that the presence of the product is recognized, and the customers are able to get that product on trial basis for to see the kind of the product is. So, at the entry stage especially, we need to use the suitable marketing strategy, and as the volumes grow, thereafter it may not be necessary to go for aggressive pricing. Aggressive pricing means the pricing at which intentionally putting the product in the market at the lower price than the competitor's price or the price at which it is being manufactured. So, aggressive marketing or the pricing can be done in the initial stages. As soon as customers use the product, they would like to use it in future also. So, the growth of the product increases, and then it can be, then the price of the product subsequently can be increased. So, as per the stage of the product in its life cycle, suitable marketing strategy can be adopted. And once it reaches to the maturity stage, it will suggest now what are the variables leading to the decline in the demand of the product. So, it becomes the subject of the market research to find out why customers are not buying that product. It may be the absolute technology, it may be the cheaper options available, or the better quality products are available, or you can say competition increased in the market. So, we need to modify or renew the product through the incorporation of the suitable technology, design, models, uh, providing the product at the competitive price of the reasonably good quality products as per the kind of quality of the products, quality products which are available in the market from the competitors. So, for this purpose, suitable benchmarking of the competitors can be done with regard to the cost at which they are making it available, the kind of the quality characteristics that competitors product has, and the kind of the features, although that will be covered in the quality. So, the cost, quality and the features which are available, the designs of the competitors which are available. So, it becomes the role of the management to find out where their own product is lacking as compared to the competitor's product, and accordingly the inputs can be given, technological inputs or the cost, quality, features, whatever is to be done, then suitable steps are taken. But inputs for these, like the time to identify these steps are suggested by the product life cycle with regard to the growth of the product from the entry to the maturity and thereafter decline stage. Now, we have also seen that the product life cycle suggests that initially we may have to follow the process focused organizational structure. At the maturity stage, or when it reaches to the when the growth volumes increase significantly, or the volume of the sales increase significantly, then we have to go for the product focused organizational structure. And in between, then when the varieties and the numbers both are moderate, then we have to follow the mixed product strategy. So, in the initial stage it is custom designed, and in the maturity stage or near the maturity stage it is the standard product, and in between it is the mixed product strategy. So, we will be using the process focused organization for the initial stages, then mixed or the matrix type of the organizational structure for the mixed product strategy, and then product focused organizational structure for the standard products. So, these are the three types of the organizational structures with regard to the manufacturing strategies. So, coming up with the process focused organizational structure. Process focused organizational structure, like there are the different levels, say lower level. At the lower level in this organizational structure, basically we have the supervisors. Supervisors, these have the expertise as per the function, as per function, like the supervisors having expertise in machining, then in casting, in welding, in painting likewise. So, so they will be having the expertise in the different functions. So, so one thing is that they have the specialization and expertise in a particular field, and then another thing that they are expected to do is like coordinate and supervise for effective use of resources. Supervisors will be coordinating the efforts of staff and workers for effective use of resources in terms of the material, man and machines, so that they can really we can give the output as per the targets of the organization. So, at the middle level, uh, we primarily have the managers of the managers of the different domains like purchase, then material control, production planning control, manufacturing, quality control, maintenance. So, this is the middle level thing, the managers looking after the purchase, material and the production planning control, manufacturing, quality control, maintenance, etc. Under the manufacturing only there are very, so in each of the category there will be supervisors who will be having the expertise in their domain. Apart, these managers will also be acting as a link between the supervisors and the top level management. Apart from this, we have the top level management in this kind of the organizational structure, where there will be a product engineering, a separate function, then finance and accounts, then plant manager, then marketing, and then HR, like this. So, under the plant manager only there will be the different functionalities or functional groups like the purchase or the marketing or the quality, maintenance, etc. And efforts of all means, so these are the different functional groups, and then at the top there will be all these will be reporting to the GM at the top. So, here if we see the entire link, at the top we have GM, then there is the top level management involving like the product engineering, finance, plant manager, then marketing, then HR and personnel. Under the plant manager there will be so many functional groups like the material control and the production planning control, there will be purchase, there will be quality control, there will be manufacturing, there will be maintenance. and under the manufacturing there will be so many shops and functions with the different with the specialization in the different fields. So, here this is the like say the supervisory level. Supervisor for process A, supervisor for process B, supervisor for process C, supervisor for process D. So, for these A, B, C, D are the specialized processes in which these supervisors will have the expertise, and they will be supervising and coordinating the resources in form of man, material and machines. So, man, material, machine resources will be utilized with the coordination of the supervisors. If we see in this entire structure, the product engineering is at the top level. There is a reason behind this, while the manufacturing is at the manufacturing and the quality control is at the lower level. The reason for this is that since the process focused structures are primarily used for the custom designed products, where quality and specification and specific means manufacturing of the product as per the requirement of the quality and specifications of the customer. So, as per the requirement of the customers with regard to quality and specifications, products will be designed, and once this is designed, then according to manufacture accordingly will be the job of the manufacturing managers at the lower level and the functions at the lower levels. So, so they will not be able to influence the kind of the design which has been developed by the product engineering group, because many times the quality control and manufacturing people try to influence the things because of the difficulties associated with the manufacturing and quality control. So, the product engineering function is kept at the higher level as compared to the manufacturing function. So, these are some of the features. So, if we see this is about the policy of the organizational structure. So, we will first of all we will see the process focused organization. At the lower level the job is at the supervisor level. These supervisors are there according to the function and department. They have expertise as per the function, and these supervise, coordinate the use of the resources like man, material and machine. Then there is a middle level structure where we have managers. They have wider span of control and they act as a link between the supervisory level and the top management. At the top management there is a plant manager and other managers involving the support functions like the material control, quality control, industrial engineering, product engineering, maintenance, manufacturing, purchase, etc. So, about these I have already talked in detail. Now, we will see the one additional aspect. The different organizational structures may adopt the different manufacturing strategies as per the kind of the product which is to be manufactured. They can manufacture against the order, which is normally adopted for the custom designed products, and these are normally produced in very limited volume and very large in variety. While the organizations may also follow the manufacturing strategy in such a way that the things are manufactured for the stock, so that they maintain the inventory of the items being manufactured, which is primarily adopted for the standardized products which are produced in very high volume and the limited variety. And accordingly, as per the manufacturing strategies adopted, the organizations need to develop the suitable organizational structure, which will be product, process focused or the matrix or the mixed organizational structure. Now, we will see the next type of the organizational structure, that is the product organizational, product focused organizational structures. Most of the things in case of the product focused organizational structure are same as that of the process focused, except that there is a separate manager for each type of product for which is being manufactured, and he will be responsible for the quality, manufacturing and all types of the controls required for the production of that type of the product. So, if we see this, at the top we have GM, then like the process focused organizational structure, again we have the product engineering here, then finance and accounts, then the plant manager, then marketing, then HR or personnel. Under the plant manager only there is a difference in organizational structure with the process focused organizational structure. That difference is like the plant manager responsible for the maintenance of the all facility, maintenance of the facilities. Then on the other hand there is a purchase, making available all the resources needed for the manufacturing, and then we have the managers for product A, manager for product B, manager for product C. Likewise, as per the size and the kind of the diversity of the organization, it may manufacture variety of the products. And then under the manager there will be supervisory level, and they at the supervisory level the supervisors are responsible for a range of functions, like they will be looking after the production planning and control, scheduling, then manufacturing, quality control. So, what will be the quality of product, how it will be manufactured, what kind of schedules will be followed, all that will be under the control of that particular product manager. And each product manager or the facilities related with the each of the product will be acting and working like an independent department. So, likewise there will be for the likewise structure will be there for the manager product A, manager product C, and n number of products which will be there. So, this is the kind of the organizational structure which is there. So, here under the particular product manager there will be supervisory staff responsible for the quality control, production planning control and the manufacturing. And then under the supervisory level there will be further staff which will be facilitating the production through the use of the resources. So, that is what now we will see the product focused. This is a typical example of the process focused organizational structure, and we will see the product focused organizational structure. So, if we see here at the top level plant managers, at the top level of the plant managers there is a product design, finance, plant manager, marketing and the personnel. So, this is the top level management, and the in large organizational structures, they are having the number of plants. The plant manager takes care of all these functions. Here product design is separate at the top, not to get influenced by the manufacturing, not to get influenced by the manufacturing for the quality and the specifications. So, here it involves the coordination of the functions, coordination across these are the problems basically. In case of the process focused organizational structure, there is a problem related with the coordination across the functions, and the time, cost, etc., are not in priority. So, these are the features of the process focused organizational structure, and in case of the product focused organizational structure, because the things work continuously, there is a system, there is a procedure, and things will be done in continuation. So, that is why there is a less possibility for control over the cost, time, and the quality. The authority in this case is decentralized. So, the decisions will be taken even at the lower level, at the supervisory level also. Each product manager works like the independent department, and in this case supervisors are responsible for execution of plan through the staff, and they are responsible for production planning, quality control, scheduling, and inventory. And the managers and the supervisors will be reporting to the managers. However, the supervisory staff has less control over the decision making. Now, I will summarize this presentation. In this presentation, basically I have talked about the role of the product manufacturing strategies in the pricing, in use of the suitable manufacturing strategy, and the stage when that some kind of intervention is needed to renew the life of the product, and according to the stage of the product in its growth cycle, which type of the manufacturing strategies should be used. And there are three types of the organizational structures based on the manufacturing strategies. One is like process focused organizational structure, product focused organizational structure, and the mixed organizational structure, which is also called matrix organizational structure. In this presentation, I have primarily talked about the features of the process and product focused organizational structures. Thank you for your attention.